Hello Jedi Knights and Sith Lords, and welcome to Star Wars Artifacts. I cannot believe a whole year has passed since my very first room tour. Many things were added, like helmets, lightsabers, statues, and of course, artifacts. So, without any further ado, let's kick off this year's room tour. Alright, let's start with the shelves behind my computer screen. So at the top we have a Chandula Starline team with the training shield and the glasses. Just below that it is a Sith theme shelf with the Kyber Crystal and the mini bust that are no longer available at Dokkandar's. Speaking of Dokkandar's, here is my Black Series action figure alongside more bust and customized Kyber crystals, and below that we have the Darksaber, the Dark Bane busts, and some more Galactic Star Cruiser stuff with the lightsaber. So let's move on with the limited edition Legacy lightsaber box sets. Those are the original 3, and fun fact, I was able to have Aiden Christensen and Ashley Eckstein autograph both box sets here, so that was a pretty cool moment and pretty epic. Here we have the Darksaber blade autographed by Giancarlo Esposito. Moving on here with my Mandalorian series display. So here we have Axe Wolf's helmet. I really like the blue tone of this helmet. I think it's my favorite tone of blue in this series. Here we have the Death Watch helmet. I like the weathering on this helmet, it looks pretty nice. All the scratches and all. And here we have my autographed Bo-Katan helmet, autographed by Katie Sackhoff. She signed in the back so we can see it. And obviously the hero of the series, Din Djarin, with the amazing finish that the Black Series was able to recreate. So I really like to put them together. It's a great showcase. Moving on to one of my first of 2 lightsabers display, we have the Trapper Wolf and Luke Skywalker Black Series helmet on the top. And well, what I did for this display is that I featured all the lightsabers that were not in the movies. So animated series like the Clone Wars, Rebels, and the Savvy's Workshop lightsabers. So we're going to take a closer look at each of them. So as I said, the Trapper Wolf helmet. Then we move on to the Temple Guard lightsabers that were featured in the Clone Wars. The Asajj Ventress lightsabers that connect together. The Ahsoka Tano Clone Wars lightsaber. A few mugs that survived the cut. And the Protection and Defense and Peace and Justice lightsabers from the Savvy's Workshop. On this side, we have the Temple Guard lightsabers from the Rebels animated series. Then we have the Asajj Ventress Refocused and Darth Maul Shadow Collective lightsaber. Ezra Bridger and Kanan Jarrus, obviously. Then we have Cal Kestis' broken and repaired lightsabers. And we finish with the Elemental Nature and Power Control lightsabers from the Savvy's Workshop. Here we have a one-of-a-kind piece that was gifted to me by my dear friend Christophe Paquin. So as you might have noticed, it is Yoda's cane from episodes 2 and 3. And fun fact, the portion that holds the cane is actually a replica of Yoda's hand, and the base is featuring the Jedi Order logo. Moving on to the other lightsaber display. So on the top we have Wedge Antilles and Poe Dameron's helmet. And all the sabers that are featured on this side of the display are from the actual movies. The only exception is the one in the middle, which is Cal Kestis' double-bladed lightsaber. Other than that, it's all about the movies. At the bottom, we have 4 bugs that survived this year's cuts. So let's start from the top, as we have Yoda and Mace Windu, Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan from the Episode 1, Luminara Unduli and Plo Koon, 2 Obi-Wan Kenobi, Luke from Return of the Jedi, and Rey from Episode 9. On this side, we have Darth Sidious's lightsaber, followed by an autographed by Ray Park Darth Maul dual-bladed lightsaber. Then we have Count Dooku and Darth Tyrannus, Luke from Episode 5 and Vader's, and we finish with Ben Solo and Kylo Ren. This wall is my main background for most of my reviews, but you rarely see the helmet collection on the top, so finally we'll be able to have a general look at my whole collection. So this is a pretty cool display from IKEA, by the way. So let's start with my helmet collection. So here we have the AT-AT Driver, the Inferno Squadron, the Shadow Trooper, the Death Trooper, the Clone Trooper Phase 2, the Imperial Stormtrooper, and Episode 7 and Episode 8 and 9 First Order Stormtrooper. Here we have the Cal Kestis and Jedi Temple Guard Limited Edition box sets. Right next to it we have the Temple Guard mask and the Star Wars logo from Hot Toys. The box sets on the right are from Stellan Geos and Obi-Wan Kenobi. Here we have a little Togruta display featuring the Montrals that were sold on the Galactic Star Cruiser. Here we have the Darth Vader V1 helmet featuring some customized kyber crystals. Moving on, we have the Darth Vader and Stormtrooper L3D busts from Gentle Giant with the Imperial medal from The Mandalorian. This is the first Remnant Scout Trooper helmet ever approved for the 501st, with a gun and some Han Solo dices and pins. Here we have Kylo Ren and 2 Stormtrooper from the L3D series, with some pins that I bought on Betu. We end the first row with the Black Series Kylo Ren helmet with the Sith Wayfinder. Going down one row, we have Ahsoka Tano and Darth Maul L3D busts with some customized kyber crystals by Crafted Core. Here we have a Tusken Raider and the Book of Boba Fett version of the bust, and we also have a Grand Inquisitor pin from EFX. This is an Empire Strikes Back themed square with Boba Fett, Vader, and the 40th anniversary pin. We move on to Yoda and Luke Skywalker, still in the L3D series from Gentle Giant. Fun fact, I got to interview Joe Mena, the sculptor of the Yoda bust, and he signed me this bust as a souvenir, which is pretty cool. Here we have Grogu and 2 Mando busts from the L3D series. The one in the back is from the SDCC. Moving on to the third row, we have a Stormtrooper EFX helmet that was made for the 30th anniversary of The Empire Strikes Back. I absolutely love that piece. And here we have 2 TIE Fighter Pilot L3D busts The one on the left is Avina Von Reg from the Squadrons video game. Here we have a little Rebel display which features Padme Amidala and Leia Organa's bust, along with a data disk from A New Hope. And on the back, the R2 dome is actually a silent bulb sold at Galaxy's Edge. Here we have my little 501st display. So here are my code cylinders, a data pad, and in the back we have it's my officer cap and some badges that I use whenever I troop. We finish this row with the 332nd Clone Trooper helmet from the 7th season of the Clone Wars. Moving down to the 4th and final row, we have all my reference book that I use frequently to prepare my reviews for this channel, so I need to transmit the right information. So these came in pretty handy. We move on to the Scout Trooper helmet from the Black Series with some pins from the 40th anniversary of the Return of the Jedi. Here we have 2 decks of Sabbath cards with some credits, all kinds of credits actually, with the Camtono that I love. We move on to the Artillery Trooper helmet that I flanked with some Imperial Beskar ingot. And finally, we have the Grogu and Babu Frick animatronic dolls with the Stormtrooper wooden doll replica from the Rogue One movie. If you watched the Obi-Wan Kenobi series, you probably fell in love with Leia's little companion droid Loda, so this is the Hasbro Deluxe version. And since I'm a member of the 501st, I began collecting some coins, mostly the Imperial Officer Corps coin, and right next to it you can see my Dakandar plush. We now exit my office to enter my bedroom. On each side of my TV, I have some Blu-ray shelves, and on the top of each, I have a Captain Rex helmet. So this one is obviously a Phase 1 helmet. And on the other side, you probably have guessed it by now, we have a Phase 2 version of the helmet. It was made by Samuel Wyatt. On my TV, I have some statues from Gentle Giant. This one is a Return of the Jedi Boba Fett. Looks amazing. Great details. I'll make a review pretty soon. Here we have a Grogu on his little meditation stone with light up display. And finally, we have Han Solo in a Stormtrooper disguise from A New Hope. Another great piece that I can't wait to review for this channel. On this shelf, we have all 3 versions of the Boba Fett helmet. So this one is obviously the Empire Strikes Back. We have the prototype in the middle, and the 3rd and final one is from the Book of Boba Fett. This is a Sith obelisk that has a nice light-up feature. It used to be sold at Dakandar's Den of Antiquities. One of my favorite pieces in my collection is without a doubt this melted Darth Vader helmet that is still for sale at Dakandar's Den of Antiquities on Batuu. It was made from the mold of the actual prop used in the movie, so it's a pretty nice piece that I love. Here we have my only two Hot Toys figures that I have, so obviously R2 and 3PO, with a custom-made background with an LED strip. On the top of my D12, I have the second version of the Darth Vader helmet from the Black Series, and inside I place a little light so we can see the two red glowing eyes. Moving on, inside the D12, we have a Cybercraft Shock Trooper helmet, clone version that is, and just below it I obviously placed my Black Series Stormtrooper version of the Shock Trooper. The two of them looks amazing together. Here we have the Incinerator Stormtrooper helmet from the first season of The Mandalorian. And we wrap things up with the Captain Cardinal helmet from the Black Series. All four helmets look amazing together inside my D12. This concludes the room tour. I hope you had a great time with me, and until next time, may the Force be with you always.